Hi there, YouTube. Um, Today's YouTube is going to be about a story time. As you can see, I'm in the same shirt because I'm doing two videos in one day. So I can start uploading these videos for you guys. Today's story time is about the time where I was caught in between a burglary and almost thinking I was going to lose my life. I went out with friends that night and we were having a good time and hanging out, and when it was getting late and everybody's getting hungry, so we went out, we got some food, and all I could remember is that it was getting really late, and the next day was for is gonna well it was summertime, so the next day was gonna be 4th of July. And I was like, you know what, because I had a party to go to the next day. And I said, I need to get some rest because I need to go home and it's getting late. So my friend and her boyfriend at the time was driving me home. And if somebody's dropping you home, you get your keys ready. So all they have to do is just watch you go in, and you open your door, you keep it moving. Next thing you know, I go to put my key in my door, and the door just flew right open. And I was so scared because it was dark. Like, I was living in one of those, it wasn't really like it was like a brownstone, but it's not a brownstone. It was like a private house where they had the top floor, the middle floor, and like, a bottom floor. And I was living on the second floor, which is considered the first floor. And I was so scared that the door flew open, and I didn't think twice. I ran right back into the car, and thank God I have friends that when they drop me off, they make sure that they see that I go inside before pulling off, because if they had driven off, I don't know what could have happened to me that night. It was just so scary. And my sister's boyfriend, he said he was sitting outside because he seen somebody run or whatever, and it was just so scary. But that was me fast forwarding the story. But going back to where I was, and I ran back in the car, and at the time, one of my sisters, she was working at a hair salon with her close friend, and I asked her where she was. And luckily that night, it was like I said, the next day was 4th of July, so she was in the hair salon very late doing last minute hair appointments and stuff like that. And I told my friend to just drop me to where my sister is, because I am not going back in that house. And the only thing that's running through my mind is my family, my sister, my aunt that she came to visit, and my mom and my niece. It's like they all were down there, and my little cousin. And I'm just so scared. And then at this point, I'm scared. I'm crying because I'm like, I hope they're okay. I hope it's not in my apartment. I don't know where it can be, but I hope that they're okay. And I called my sister, and then luckily my sister that was there and saw it all, she was inside, and she was telling us that she's okay. She's just hoping that and she's hearing the guy upstairs screaming like they're murdering him, and it was just a mess. And I'm gonna fast forward because I don't want to get into too much details. And when we got home that morning, it was about probably like 7 in the morning, if I'm not mistaken, and there was a whole bunch of cops in front of my house. And the person that lived upstairs, apparently they were getting robbed. And whoever the robber was, he jumped out of the window from way up. Don't know. I saw blood on our window sill. The door were broken and jacked up. It was just blood, glass everywhere. And because of that happening, the front door couldn't close that night, so we had to make the police officers stay outside overnight. Mind you, this time it's 4th of July already. So we still had to attend a day that was already planned out, and it was just so scary to go home and sleep in that apartment that night, just knowing that the front door is open and we don't know who this person is that robbed upstairs. They could come back for anybody. That we don't know what they're looking for. And that night we had to like double lock our door. Like we really had to like really shut down the door. And that was just an opening eye for me. Like, you could be the nicest person, you could be somebody just living life and doing what you gotta do to make ends meet, and someone can just see your happiness and that you're getting it and come do crazy stuff to you. So it's just like, so basically I just thought I was gonna lose my life that night, because apparently whoever was robbing, they had people like a runaway car, like, you know, the person that sits in the car, so when the robber runs in, they just speed off. They had one of those sitting outside, and I didn't have a clue. I don't know, what if the guy saw me going in and then he could have shoot me without knowing. He probably thought I was somebody intruding into what was going on. I don't know, but that night was so scary. I will never forget it. But I do want to forget it, but it's hard to forget something like that you're kind of traumatized with after so many years. I mean, I don't think about it as much, but it's scary to know that I actually went through something like that. So for you guys out there, just be careful, watch your surroundings. So that was my story time, guys. I love you guys so much. Thank you for building my subscribers, because I see my subscribers are going up, and I feel blessed to know that people are actually watching me and taking their time to subscribe and like and, you know, comment. I love you guys. Bye, YouTube.